right about now. Yes, there's sound on all the ways. Can you guys hear me? This is where you say something. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah,
Hello.
there we go. All right,
I can hear
super.
you, yes.
We're live. Outstanding. Oh, it always makes me nervous at my levels. I am notorious for like leaving something turned off and going silent forever. It screws with every one of mine. So, and now I have to suffer through this sort of problem where I have to. Anyways, this is Curtis. That's me. This is what I do. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Roleplay Theater for another game of KULT Divinity Lost. We love it. This is the Heartland, episode 6. Very excited. It's been a while since we've been here. Let's see. Before we begin our story, I want to thank Erica Moore, one of our fantastic helpers, for her unwavering assistance in all areas of the organization, whether it's work that needs done or an overdue Zoom bill. She is there to help with all sorts of things. I also want to thank Mr. Jones, Mr. Wilson, and our newest Patreon, TDorf67, for their support through our Patreon site. Without you folks, we couldn't do half of what it is that we do. I also want to thank those that are here with me today to help bring this story to life and have a little bit of fun in the process. We've lost a couple players in the meantime just because of real life and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't look like Dr. Butterwick is going to make it. I know he usually works right before this, so hopefully he's just running behind or stuck in traffic or something and will show up and cause me to have to redo all my cameras at any minute. So be prepared. But I do have these wonderful people here with me today. So I know I probably put an order in the little thing in Roll20, but we'll just skip that and I'll introduce you guys today and you can say hi and who you're playing. So I'm going to start with Krista. Muted.
Son of a... Okay. Hello. I'm Krista. I will be playing Sibylla, the occultist.
Awesome. And let's shoot up to Matt.
And I'm Matt, and I'm playing Tanith Flannery, the prophet.
Thank you, Matt. And then that leaves us with Jaylee.
Hello, yes, I'm Jaylee. I am playing Daisy Hamilton, the veteran.
Outstanding. And hopefully Dr. Robert Butterwick will show up at some point. Don't know, but this will be our final cast. Our reporter, Sammy Quinn, had to go off on assignment someplace and leave the Heartland. So we wish her the best of luck in that new venture. But you'll still see Tamara on our Saturday night Curse of Strahd. And I have heard tell she may be joining the Saturday morning show, Adventure with Advantage. That's just a rumor. But so she's still with us here at the theater, but because of real life, she had to go earn real money. And they switched things around. She couldn't do this one anymore. But I have these wonderful people. And thank you all so much for coming today, players. And with that, let's run the title reel for KULT Divinity Lost, the Heartland.
We weren't talking about our anything.
No.
What? During the title
No.
reel? Shenanigans?
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I love that.
It's our favorite.
Matt said you look like Ray Charles.
Yeah. It's kind of become my gimmick, so I've just decided to embrace it.
No, we love
Like
it.
it.
We love it.
Yeah, please stay.
Yeah, I've decided I don't like my eyes anyways, so I'll just hide them.
Don't like my eyes.
And hey, if
Poke
you
them
can
out.
compare me to Ray Charles, he was much cooler than I am. So, I love Ray Charles. I love me some Ray Charles.
Just pluck those eyes out, Curtis.
Well, that would be appropriate for KULT. That's for sure. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Oh, in the last episode. Just so that we can kind of get just a little recap. Very brief recap. Tanith, Daisy, and Sibella here fled the chaos of the Hauser's cave and witnessed the evils of various forms, taking advantage of the fear and release of supernatural powers. Tanith rescued Stephanie, cousin, apparently, of Emma Hauser, and the group of them fled in Daisy's truck back to town, back to the Blue Rose, amidst a terrible midday thunderstorm. In town, Dr. Butterwick had just been released from the holding cell by Mr. Blonde, a mysterious stranger, in exchange for loyalty and accomplishing a few little things. Drugs may or may not have also been involved in the exchange, but Doc Bob agreed, seeming to have no other choice. He went to the Blue Rose. Now I'm trying to edit a little bit in my head here. And is tending to Stephanie while Tanith and Daisy took a moment to get to know each other. After a little discovery and speculation as to the sudden turn of events locally, Sibella decides that she needs to peer into their future, first by reading tea leaves, then, after some inclination with what those said, to do the ritual use of her gazing ball. Sibella was in the midst of this confusing vision as she witnessed through seemingly Stephanie's point of view the attack of the people in her store, only by Stephanie, only it wasn't. It was perhaps a creature. She'd only seen the long, shiny black arms. And after tearing into her party, that's pretty much where the episode ended. Well, actually, at the very end of the episode, in the vision is when Daisy was pulling out a weapon and aimed that weapon at this creature. Is Sibella, you're still in your vision. And you see Daisy raise what appears to be a very large caliber pistol, levels it at your face, and pulls the trigger. Your world goes black for just a moment. The shock of what you witnessed almost throws you out of your trance. I would like for you to keep it together for me. I do this out of respect to your abilities that you would need to keep it together, even in the midst of a vision.
I feel like that's accurate. 15.
That's pretty good.
Keeping it together, Curtis.
The black washes away after just a hint of panic, but you do keep it together. And you see a landscape that looks very similar to Providence. Like most of the town is there, but the trees are different. The sky is different. And in the center of town, Well, not in the center of town, actually, but in the center of your frame of vision. Off in the distance, what would be the edge of town, perhaps, is this massive black tree. Just huge. You can see, looks like possibly birds hopping around from branch to branch. There's no leaves on it. All the branches, it looks like a dead tree, but the branches sort of blow in the wind as if they had leaves on them. What do you do?
This is still in my vision.
Yeah.
I suppose, like, is it within walking distance? Could I go check it out?
Yeah. You can start walking to it.
Okay.
It looks like it could be only just a few blocks away. And
Okay.
as you get about a block further into your walk and then 2 blocks into your walk, you notice that it is getting much closer, but it is a much bigger tree than what you imagined. The first thing that comes to mind is what you might think those big redwoods in California might look like. You know, the kind that a car would drive through. Only this is actually bigger. If you look at the base of it, you could probably put 3 or 4 cars wide through the trunk of this tree.
Jeez.
And it extends up, and you get about 3 blocks, and you realize that those birds that are hopping from branch to branch aren't birds at all. They remind you kind of like an angel as far as it being a winged person, only the wings are black and the person is this emaciated figure with fangs and a sunken face and dark skin, and they have wild, long, crazy hair that is not adorned in any fashion at all. Long skeletal arms with claws on the end, and they're kind of looking at you and just fluttering up to another branch, and you can hear them chittering with each other.
Do they look like they're gonna hurt me? Like, do they look like, or would I recognize them from any of my studies? Any books that I've ever seen?
Roll observe a situation.
Okay.
Trying to decide, or investigate, whichever is better for you.
They're both a 1. I got a 15.
Okay. You actually have recently seen a book come into your store, and it spoke of the black tree and the angels of ashes.
Ooh. Okay.
As you look intriguingly, you realize that there are body parts of people hanging from different branches in the tree. You see that the ground at the base of the tree is littered with bones and old corpses torn apart.
I'm gonna. Am I close enough where I could like yell up at one of them? Like, would
Yeah.
they hear me?
You can
All
give it a
right.
shot.
I'm gonna yell at them and like, "Hey, uh, what do you think you're doing? Who are you?"
You see all of them kind of stop moving about. And one of them lets out this screech and it takes flight and it's flying down and flying at you. And it lands right in front of you and it looks like what you might think of as like a zombie angel. Is like the best way to describe it to a 17-year-old. And it has these big, long, lanky hands with claws, and it just starts making this noise and reaches out and grabs you. And you feel it. Its claws in your flesh, at your shoulders and your neck. And the last thing you see before you snap yourself out of your vision is this face with full of sharp teeth coming at you.
Well,
But
geez.
you pull yourself out and you are back at your table there with everybody in the room. I am going to make you lose 1 stability.
Okay.
Just in horror.
Okay. Jeez. All right.
And so, yeah, Sabella snaps to, and she is done looking into her crystal ball and panting, and sort of like has had a shocking moment as you all have just been kind of sitting around watching her in her little trance, just a little bit of mumbling and maybe just a slight bit of movement here or there. But now she snaps out and...
Yeah, so I snap out and I gasp. And I kind of my eyes roll back to like front facing. And I'm just like taking in my bearings and I look at Daisy first. And then I look around the table and Stephanie's still there. She's in the back. Yeah.
Yes, Stephanie is still there.
She's not a person. Daisy
slowly turns around and looks over at Stephanie.
she's gonna I saw she's gonna hurt us.
Told you I was right. And she'll move forward and she'll grab her.
Whoa. What's going on?
There was so much. I thought I didn't know there was the angels of ash and the tree, and Stephanie is and
Yeah, Daisy steps forward and she'll just like grab Stephanie and like yank her closer to her. You got some explaining to do, I think.
She cries out. She's, "What? I was," and she bursts into tears and is shocked that anybody would question her. And she just starts blabbering about how she just came to see Emma and everything went crazy. And I don't know what you're talking about. I was very sorry. I had to do that.
She's not what she appears to be. She's something else. She's something else, Daisy. She had these claws, these disgusting hands.
Daisy like takes a moment to just like stare at Stephanie for a while because, like, she's been around people not being who they say they are, but she's also been around people who claim that people aren't who they say they are, and then they actually are who they say they are. So she pulls Stephanie back into the main room and is like yanking her around and looking around for the rope that she left. We're gonna tie her up and we're gonna try to get to the bottom of this.
Okay. Let's do it. We could perform, like an exorcism. We don't have to actually hurt her. We could just get the thing out of her, maybe.
You think that hippie shit will work?
Yeah, tie her up, sure, that's fine. But Isabella, you need to explain a bit more what you saw.
She was attacking us. She's gonna kill all of us. I saw it all from her perspective. I was her, but I wasn't her. But she's not human. She's just not. I had a bad feeling, and I saw it in the tea leaves, and I just knew that we had to get in there, and I had to see for myself, and I saw. Okay, I'm not just gonna make this shit up.
Maybe we should just send her out into the storm.
Just tie her up for now. I'm sure we can work it out.
I think the storm is something bigger. I think it's something bigger than just a storm. I think it has something to do with those the fucking angels. The
arm coming out of the sky and the fucking octopus in the river. Yeah, that wasn't there before.
And the trees. What the fuck's wrong with the trees?
There was just this giant tree. It was huge and black, and I have a book here somewhere. It's on one of these, and she like gets up and she goes and she like tries to. She's just like scrambling, like pulling books off the shelves.
Yeah, and while they're like having this conversation, Daisy forces Stephanie down on a chair, and she's tying her up really tightly, just mumbling under her breath every once in a while between conversations.
And I'm gonna walk over and stand just behind Daisy. And I'm just gonna stare. I want to stare. Say, Stephanie, look at me. Look at my eyes. Look into my eyes. And I want to try. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a little penknife that he has. For doing your nails or whatever you want. It's only got like about less than an inch blade. And he just sticks it straight into his chest.
Oh my God.
And like the pain, and with the pain and everything that's happened today, he wants to, what's it called? He wants to see through the illusion.
Okay, just go ahead and make that roll. That is plus soul.
That's a 21.
Damn, okay, much better than a 9. Yeah. Flexing over here.
Wait, are you trying to prove a point?
So him standing there, penknife stuck at his chest, staring into Stephanie's eyes over Daisy's shoulder.
Yeah, with a 15, you see things as they truly are. Stephanie is Stephanie. However, she has an energy of potential to her. So I guess the best way to describe it would be she's not the monster that Sabella thinks she is yet. And she certainly is not aware of it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. So she's like incubating.
Possibly.
Possibly. Okay. So Tanith will do that, and he'll come out and he'll pull the knife out of his little blade out of his chest. Oh, fuck! I hate that. I hate.
That was stupid. I don't.
What just happened?
I find it. Look, I'll explain in a minute. You saw
Daisy
something. I saw something.
Watches.
She's not. She's an emerging. She's not. She's what you think she is, but not yet.
Then we kill her now.
You can't do that, Daisy.
Why not?
She doesn't even know.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen. We now.
I know there's compassion in there somewhere, Daisy. I just don't know how to dig it out of you. Maybe a spoon. Anyway.
Do not spoon, Daisy.
Don't come at me with a spoon.
Anyway, she's not. She may become what you're talking about, but not now, and not at this moment. But there's like
so what? We risk her becoming this thing that she's going to become, and we die 2 weeks from now. You got to take the precautions, Tanith, and cut it off at the nip it at the bud.
Why don't we step back and do what Sabella suggested? You said exorcism.
Yeah, but if it's not, I mean, yes, I can do that. I did once, but if she's not it yet, like if it's not happened yet, there's nothing to exercise yet. Correct?
I don't know, maybe you can get rid of that seed that's in it.
With a spoon?
No, the spoon's for you, Daisy.
Forget the spoon. Then she finds the book. She finds the book that talked about the tree. Curtis, can I use a cult library?
Oh, wait. No. Wait, hang on.
What?
The pieces. They all just fell in my head. Okay. Stephanie, are you a Hauser?
Yes.
Obviously. She was at the funeral.
I think it's the family that's the seed. It's the family that's the potential. That's why those things cultivate them. That's why they have that screwed up religion destroying perfectly good vessels. It's the family bloodline that I think is the seed.
Okay, so what do we do about that? We can't just kill them all. That's a big family.
Well, I don't know. Daisy, I think, would have other words to say about that.
Well,
Sabella, you can still use your occult library if you wanted to.
okay, I'm doing that now.
Because it gives you questions. It's a roll plus reason.
And you said you saw a tree. Is the tree the center of your vision? Was it where everything was coming from?
Yeah, it was like where everything was stemming from. It was like a lightning rod. Like everything was there. I got an 8.
That's it. The analogy of seeds, I think, is perfect then, because it's the tree that plants the seed, I think, in this family bloodline.
Okay, so what about the angels?
They're gardeners, I guess.
Sabella, with an 8, you can ask one of those questions. Do you see your list?
I do see my list. I just lost it though. Where'd it go? There it is. I'm gonna ask, what do I need or need to do to exercise or control this being, these tree bird angels. What are they? Tell me about them.
Oh, you are asking about the dark angel, the angel of the ashes that
Angel
you
of the
saw
Ashes. Yes.
in the black tree.
Yes.
And you're wanting to control it?
Yes. Or
Or,
exercise it.
or are you just wanting information on it? Okay.
How do I get rid of them?
Okay. Using your occult library. Well, no. There's you'll get it in a second.
Okay.
Because it's you know, you're looking through books. You find the book that I mentioned, and that book is about this supposedly heavenly, some other world sort of place called Gaia. Gaia is how it's spelled.
That's a deity.
And in Gaia is this thing called the Black Tree, and it is this massive tree that is where the angels of the ashes live, and they will fly down on wanderers or people who are lost in the borderlands or who fall close to the tree, and drag them back up to the tree and tear them apart so that their blood washes the tree and feeds the tree, and then they feast on the flesh and bone. But they don't possess people.
Okay.
They are related to this other worldly thing that's related to nature and spiritualism, and has to do. The book itself is about these outdoor occultists who, like some extreme sects of druidism that's ancient. The ultimate tree hugger.
Yes.
Type of religion where blood sacrifice to trees, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Sabella dabbles in a little bit of that, and that's so she is familiar.
So what you discern is it's not likely that this girl is possessed by this particular type of angel.
Okay. So what are we gonna do about her? And she looks to Daisy, and then she looks to Stephanie. Should I try to get it out of her?
Daisy's just been kind of like, she's been sitting at a chair in the table in the area and smoking her cigar, and with her gun very plainly laid out on the table. And she's just been watching. I mean, I don't care. I don't think we should keep her around, if I'm being plain and honest.
You're not gonna kill me, are you?
Shut up.
Should I? What, Stephanie? What exactly is your family involved in? What have you seen?
What do you mean?
Don't play that shit with me. What have you seen? Other than tonight.
Yeah. Maybe start at like what the fuck that funeral was, or what was going on there?
She was supposed to ascend. That didn't happen.
Ascend. What do you mean by that?
Literally, does she float? Does she what happens?
No, she would have. God would have given her wings and made her an angel, and she would have gone to heaven. Except when we do it, you can see it happen. You know, most people go to church and go to funerals and they have funerals and they say that the dead person has wings and goes to heaven, but you don't really see it. At our funerals, you see it. It's wonderful.
So the way to unlock your so-called potential would be to kill you. So this happens to everybody in your family? They all become these angels?
Not everybody.
And what do they do after they get theirs?
The young girls become beautiful golden angels. Well, it just depends. Sometimes they just go away.
Other times?
They just go away.
Well, I mean, I've heard of corrupted ceremonies, but I had never seen one until today. Today was probably a corrupted ceremony. It didn't happen the way it was supposed to. Things got out of hand. And then bad things can happen. It opens up doors.
I feel like the bad thing happened when she died. I think it started off pretty bad.
Daisy stands suddenly and shoves her chair back. It kind of falls over and she's like, shit, picks it up. So, what if someone is purposely targeting the Housers like Emma to try to bring these powers out?
You know who killed her?
I don't know.
People in the van?
Yes. Probably, most likely.
Okay, so
if the Housers turn into these creatures, these angels, after they die, maybe that's... Shit. We can't fucking kill her. Fucking goddamn it. That's always the solution.
Told you, Daisy. It's not her fault. It's her blood.
Then now's not the moment.
Oh, come on. We can't kill the whole family, but we know what's happening now. They're being farmed. They're being farmed for what's in them. And they're ruining women, Daisy. They're ruining blessed, ripe women.
Do not call women ripe. You can't. That's just
I like that word. I really don't like that verbiage.
They're not peaches. Okay.
Are they? Oh, okay.
No, stop it.
What do they call it? Fruit of the loin?
Oh God.
Come on.
Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. We coax the thing out of her. We get it out and then we kill it.
You have a book on that?
No.
Do you know we can kill it? I have no idea how to kill it.
Daisy died.
Killed one of... Yeah, but does that work?
It's different.
It could.
Have you killed one of these before, Daisy?
Yes.
One of the whatever they are?
Plenty.
We could just banish it back to its side.
Its side is... We are on its side. We always are. We just see something different.
God.
There is no side. There's just...
Somebody is knocking at the front door of the Blue Rose. Daisy, you locked that door, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Kenneth jumps out of his skin when he hears the knock.
Yeah. Sabella would have flinched.
Yeah, Daisy she'll go answer it. She'll just straight up, she'll grab her gun, kind of still hold it a little bit under her jacket, and she'll swing the door open.
You can see through the window as you're approaching the door.
Does it have a peephole?
The whole door is a peephole.
Yeah, it's a glass door.
Glass door.
Okay.
It is in essence itself one giant peephole.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is the whole front of the store pretty much. It's Deputy Sheriff Lane Clark.
Hold on one second, Sheriff. Daisy shuts the door. Y'all want to take Stephanie to the back there?
To the.
He
Yeah.
can see you.
Just
Never mind. I think it's too late.
Okay. All right.
That's
Well.
a... Fuck! I hate this guy.
Pops.
She opens the door back up.
Thank you, Daisy. Is the doctor here?
Is his car here? Car's here, right?
This is where I'm writing him out of the story, because yeah, he's been just kind of sitting there with his head in his hands this whole time, still stressing over his own personal bullshit, and
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get him for you.
Okay.
Butterwick.
So the doctor comes out, and then you hear the deputy tell him that someone needs a fucking doctor. So he sends him off to go do that. However, the sheriff, I know he's deputy sheriff, but I'm going to say the sheriff just because it's fun. And it's not really Lane Clark anymore. I mean, he is kind of, but we don't have Dan here anymore. So it's odd when I say Deputy Sheriff Lane Clark, because then I see Dan in my head. Anyway, the sheriff hangs around. Daisy, what's going on here today?
We're just waiting out the storm.
Were you all down at the Hauser's cave?
Yes, paying our respects.
Paying your respects.
Sabella will
said.
just kind of like stand in front of Stephanie.
Yeah, and Daisy's like trying
With
to take
her
up as
arms
much of the
crossed.
doorway as possible, and she's not letting him in.
Yeah, she's just staring at the sheriff.
Okay, Tanith's going to run distraction. So Tanith walks up to the other side of Daisy and just says, "What the fuck do you want?"
Oh my god. That's not how you talk to a police officer.
Who are you speaking to, sir?
What, the fucking duck on your shoulder, dude?
I can tell you're not from around these parts.
No shit.
Really good detective skills there.
And I'm going to step past him onto the outside.
Daisy.
So Daisy's on one side and I'm on the other.
Daisy, don't start that with me. I know how you get. Have you been drinking?
Yes.
I'm coming back to you, sir. You don't have to talk to me that way. That's not how we address
your
each
car?
other in these parts. My
Can I
car.
have a look at your car? I'll start walking towards his car.
Excuse me.
I keep walking.
Oh my god. Daisy's just gonna stand in the doorway and she's just gonna watch. She's like, "What the fuck is he doing now?"
Excuse me. How far do you go?
I just keep walking.
Like outside?
Yeah, I'm outside on the other side of him. So outside now.
He'll follow you
towards
right
us.
out the store. Excuse me. What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'll stop. I was just going to have a look at a car. I've often wondered what cars pricks drive.
Listen, buddy, it feels like you're trying to pull my trigger, and I'm not exactly sure why. If you continue it, you're going to end up in a cage for the rest of the day, and then I'll still get to do whatever it is you don't want me to do.
All right. Look, I just wanted to get a bit of distance from the door. I actually want to talk to you.
Well, there's other ways to go about doing that around these parts, sir.
Not when there's everyone around.
Is Daisy giving you a hard time? Did she threaten you?
No. It's not Daisy. It's not Daisy at all. It's about that girl. Emma.
Sabella?
No, Emma Housen, you idiot. The one that's dead. Who do you think?
Oh, you know something about that. Were you at the Hauser's Cave this afternoon too?
Yes. And man, there's something going on with that family.
Right.
Who's the big guy? Who's the dad? The loud one?
Ray Hauser. Is that who you're talking about?
Ray. Man, he was getting some guys together and they were loading up with whatever hillbilly shit you guys carry in the back of a pickup. And they were heading down to those kids, the ones that the I don't know, the bunker or whatever they were. Emma's boyfriend's mob.
The honkies.
And if I were you, that's it. If I were you, and if you don't want any more blood hanging off this town, I'd get over there and try and calm them down before they start shooting those kids.
Interesting. I'm going to go check that out. And I would be careful about how you throw the word hillbilly around.
Okay. The rednecks then. You better go check out what the rednecks are doing before they start shooting people. Man.
All right. And what was your name again?
Tanith, man. Tanith.
That's right. You live out there, the tent outside of town.
Dude, you know where I live. You drive past it every day.
All right, Tanith. I'll go take a drive. You tell Daisy whatever she's up to, she'd best get it squared away. There's shit happening in this town.
Daisy's not up to anything. We were just about to, get our clothes off and have some fun.
Yeah. A little naked yoga right here in the Blue Rose.
That's it, buddy. If we had Twister, we'd be doing that, but I haven't got any oil and stuff and no Twister. So
Yeah. It's a good one. I'll be back here in a little bit. And he goes and gets in his car and leaves.
And Tanith walks back to the door. Okay. He's gone for a bit, but only a bit.
You think I'm
He'll
stupid?
be back.
What was that? You talking to him about me? What'd you say to him?
I just said that he asked what you were doing back here, and I said, you and I are about to get down and dirty.
I'm sorry, what?
I was just distracting him, right? I told him to run off and stop Emma's dad from shooting all the honkies or whatever they call themselves. So he took off to go and save some redneck white boys.
Oh.
We've got a little bit of time before he comes back.
Even if you had told him we had a girl tied up, he couldn't do shit because he sucks at his job.
Are you allowed to do that in this country?
Not necessarily.
Okay, just checking.
No, the laws. I'm not going to get into that right now because we have much more to think about, but we can. Fuck. She just she turns around and goes back in.
But we've got to relocate and we've got to work out what we're going to do with the seed.
Yeah, we need to figure out what to do with that right now because we're not going to take her with us.
Why not?
So many bad things could happen.
Who else outside of you who knows what you know in the books and what you can see? She knows probably more about this family and what they get up to and how they get up to it and who's actually running the family. Hey, Stephanie, who was the old lady that was sort of running the burial ceremony?
Oh, that was Aunt Ruth.
Aunt Ruth.
She's the oldest woman in our family.
How old exactly is that?
Oh, I don't know how old she is.
Has she been around for as long as you can remember?
As long as I've been born.
Does your mum talk about her?
My mom is dead.
Did she ever talk about her?
Well, sure, it's Aunt Ruth, family. We all just talk about family.
Did your grandfather ever talk about Aunt Ruth?
Probably.
I wonder if his grandfather ever talked about Aunt Ruth.
What are you getting at here?
Don't know if she's that old.
Okay, so that Aunt Ruth that she's talking about. I don't want to do this in front of her. Anyway, Stephanie, just take a seat. Oh, doesn't matter. Okay.
She's taking a seat, all right.
Tied down to the seat.
She's tied down. Okay, I walk over to the corner and go, look, come over here, come over here. So I said, look, all right, my theory is this, is that Aunt Ruth has become one of these things that you saw in your vision. That's the thing that I saw that clicked me over when I realized they were defiling these women. And I reckon that she's probably been around for a lot longer, like she said, than anyone can remember.
So you think she probably died and became one of these things, came back?
Probably.
We can
Probably.
find death records. I don't know about all that.
But that's the...
I think, and I know already you're going to disagree with me here, Tanith, but I think that whoever's in those white vans is targeting these young women to try to get them to turn into these angels. So we have Stephanie right here that puts a target on our back. I saw them wheeling around outside. I say we use her as bait.
I don't like it.
That's why I said I knew you wouldn't like it, but
Okay. So we use her as bait. The men come. Then what? They kill her. We try to kill them. Then what?
get rid of them.
I just don't think it's going to be that easy.
I don't. Yeah, there's a lot of holes in that plan, Daisy.
All right,
like
find your holes and we'll plug them up.
It's leaking. Okay, so there's a van.
Yes.
With how many people in it? We're not sure.
I don't know.
We don't know if they've got.
I know they're combustible.
Yeah,
The
but
vans.
we also know that there is a 99.9% chance that the American men in that van are going to be armed.
Yes. Gunpowder, also combustible.
And you're armed.
Yes.
I'm not armed.
Yes.
She's not armed.
She's got a gun.
Somewhere.
Okay. All right. Well, I just think we're being outgunned.
Okay, and also to add to that, if these men come and say we do kill them, say we do get rid of them, how many more?
They're not men.
Okay.
That's the fact of the matter, is that they're not men, and so they have to go.
Well, that makes it even worse.
You look at them and you see men, Sabella. You see men because that's what they want you to see.
No.
They're not men.
You do not have to raise your voice at me.
Well, apparently that's the only way to get my point across.
No, I get it, Daisy. I get it. I'm just saying I don't know what to do from here. Because there's more. There's always going to be more.
He just goes silent and takes a big puff of the cigar and waits for you guys to explain more.
We kill them. More are just going to come for us. And then they know that we know. And then it's just going to turn into a massacre. And I don't think the three of us are ready for a massacre right now.
I don't think the three of us are going to survive a massacre. Hey, look, I've got an idea. It's out of the box, but it's an idea. That priest that turned up at the cave, he didn't seem like he was part of it. How about we take it to the church? At least
Church
then, if
hasn't
she's
done nothing.
at least then, if she's bait, then there's a lot more of those, you know, Bible bashers' bodies that are going to get cut down than just us. We can ask for their help. And believe me, this grates on me like running your fingers down a chalkboard because I hate those fuckers more than I hate what's inside her.
Do you see out there right now? And she goes to the blinds and she yanks them open and points to the storm.
Oh, yeah,
We're not in Providence. We're not
We're
in
not
Providence
in Kansas
anymore.
Tony. Yeah.
You know what?
get
I hate
Daisy.
that fucking movie. Everyone hears I'm from Kansas and they think that all Kansas has is fucking Wizard of Oz. So don't bring that up in here.
I wish you
Goddamn
had some
foreigner.
movie slippers.
No, we are not. We are literally not in Kansas anymore. That storm out there, if we go out there and we try to find this church, that church might not even exist anymore. I don't think you two fully understand the gravity of the shit we got ourselves into here. Look at that storm. Look at those clouds. That is not natural.
Oh, I agree with you there. It's not natural. Like trees come alive, things come out of your river. Like none of that's natural. But I don't want to stay in Sabella's shop. It puts her at risk. Definitely puts Sabella at risk.
I can handle myself.
It's not about you handling yourself. It's about whether or not we put you at risk when we don't have to. And the cops coming back. Daisy, think of it this way. Put your soldier head in gear. If you had, I don't know, a prisoner with intel and you needed to extract them somewhere to then get the intel out of them, how would you do it? We need to get somewhere safe.
I see what you're trying to get at here, but I've been through enough. I'd get the damn intel myself right here, right now. But don't listen to the crazy old lady. We'll do what you do. If I need to shoot something, I'm going to shoot something. Go for it. Let's go. I'm gonna need another cigar though. Shit.
Yeah, I got a couple left, but the rest are in my van, and that's on the side of the road, out by the dead animals.
Sabella,
Yeah.
the phone rings.
I swear to God, if it's Tom. She goes over and she picks it up. Wait, time out. Is it my cell phone or is it the store phone?
It's the store phone.
Okay, you got me there. She picks it up. Hello?
Sabella, it's Leonard.
Hi, Leonard.
Did you hear about the serial killer?
The what?
You know, the body that they found this morning? There was an article online that says there's supposed to be another one in just a few days.
Just a few days. What?
Yeah.
What's it say? Who does it say? Who? It's gonna be the next body.
No.
Okay.
But the serial killer called the reporter apparently and said there was going to be another girl.
Another girl.
You're a girl, Sabella. I'm worried.
Don't worry about me, Leonard. You know I'm fine.
You might just have a couple of days left.
Stop. Don't try to scare me. Don't be freaking out like that.
Okay.
If it's
Hey.
what?
Are you going to the store this afternoon?
I'm at the store.
No, the grocery store.
Oh, I don't know. Why?
I need some tomato juice.
Why do you need tomato juice?
'Cause I like tomato juice.
Yuck. Disgusting. We gotta talk about your juice choices. But yeah, I could maybe. I don't know if
Don't worry
today.
about it. I'll call Wendell, but you be careful, 'cause I don't want that to be you that gets killed.
Well, thanks for looking out, Leonard. I appreciate it.
All right, then. I'll call you later.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that was Leonard.
Oh, a crackpot.
He's fine. He's just a little odd. You know.
Isabella, sorry, was that I missed it a bit. Was that he called you on the shop phone
Yes.
or your mobile? Okay,
My shop.
so he knew where you are anyway.
Yeah. He's always calling me.
Well, like for what?
Well,
Why now?
he said that the serial killer that killed Emma is going to kill again in a couple of days. And he was worried about me.
How does he know?
Says something about online. The killer talked to a reporter and said that there's going to be another killing in a couple of days.
Shit. I run over to Stephanie and say, Stephanie, in your family, how many girls are roughly the same age as Emma?
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of us. We have a big family.
There's a
What
bunch of
about
high
One's
school girls.
closest.
Yeah, she's like 16, 17. She's about your age.
I'm 22.
I thought Sabella was young.
No,
Maybe I'm just completely confused with Blythe.
I'm still Blythe in your eyes, Curtis.
So, okay, so how many are closely related to Emma that are roughly the same age?
Well, there's 10 of us cousins. Well,
Oh,
9 now.
shit.
And
Do
there's
they all
only-
live together by chance? Up in the big house?
Oh no, we're all over the place. I'm here from Oklahoma.
And they're all in town right now. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth just shakes his head and walks away, looks at Daisy, and
So
then shakes
maybe-
his head again.
Sounds
And
like a
it's-
buffet to me. An old country kind.
Oh, God. Okay.
So maybe we do use her as bait then.
How do we know she's the one we're going to pick?
We don't.
How do we make it so obvious that they come and hunt her? And this, God almighty, she can hear us. We're talking about using her as bait.
Yeah, well, she doesn't really got much of a choice right now.
Daisy approaches Stephanie and gets out a knife and cuts the rope.
What are you doing?
I mean, she's still alive, so she's nothing but a teenage girl at this point. Still terrifying. Stephanie, are all your cousins staying at the same place? there a hotel? Is there a big old house? Are you all staying on the Hauser property? Like, what's the living arrangements while y'all are in town?
Yeah, we're all staying with Uncle Ray out at the big house.
And how long are you staying there?
Well, for the week, usually.
For the week. All right. Well, any chance of you going home earlier? Stephanie?
Go home earlier? I
Funeral's
don't
over.
know.
No point in sticking around.
Yeah,
Well,
like
no,
get out of Dodge.
I mean, I was there with Billy, and he got killed by the trees, and I don't know what's going on.
Daisy looks over at Hannah. Ugh. You know, I hate getting in the middle of people's business. I say people's business is business, and it should stay that way. It should stay their own personal bullshit. But I think we need to pay a visit to the Hauser house. At
They're
least
gonna
in a
shoot
couple of
me.
days, if that's going to happen.
They're so fucking gonna shoot me, Daisy. If I walk in there.
I mean, you kind of brought that upon yourself by going AWOL preacher on their ass.
At least I
Maybe.
started the ball rolling. Now we know what's going on.
Well, maybe you wait in the car while we go deal with it.
How about
I'm not
we
going to
ring
be
him
diplomatic.
first? Yeah, I don't think. Daisy, how long will it take you to teach me how to shoot a gun?
Not long.
Oh God.
I just wish we had a reliable police force.
Yeah,
do it.
right.
They're not going to help you. How do you know who's who? You know how it all works, Daisy. How do you know? You don't know. That's the whole fucking point. This is like, I don't know, Vietnam times 10. Who the fuck do you know who to shoot?
You have no idea, bud.
Sometimes you don't know, and it ends up being a big mess.
Yeah, tell me about it. I can see it happening in front of us. Look, how about we call him?
I think we should get someone to come up here and pick up Stephanie. I say we lay low for another day, and then maybe the day when someone's supposed to be killed, then we actually go there.
Okay.
We'll confront
all right. Fine. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Ring
These
them, tell them to come get her.
These kinds of creatures, they like to stick to that. If they tell you got 3 days left, that's just it. You got 3 days, no more, no less. They like to stick to a schedule like that. I don't know. Maybe it's a
Sick game.
yeah. Try
So,
to
like,
make you
this
nervous.
is-
Try to make you sweat.
This has become a bad horror movie. There's one thing I learned from watching lots of horror movies. Don't separate. And Stephanie, we're going to call you folks now. And we're going to come tell them to pick you up. But I've got to give you a bit of advice. While you're staying here for the next week, never, not even when you take a shit, be alone.
That's private.
And
Yeah,
I won't tell him that you kidnapped me and tied me up and threatened to kill me.
Kidnapped you, I saved you.
Yeah, we saved your life. You could have been.
I dragged you out of the forest while you watched your fucking uncle get shish kebabbed by a vine.
Fucking tell them whatever you want. I don't care.
And one thing you got to tell though. Tell big fella, we want to talk to him. Tell
Ray.
him I want to talk to him. Yeah, tell
You wanna
Ray
talk to Ray?
I want
Why?
to talk to Ray. If we don't talk to Ray, all the women in his family are going to get munched, and then they're going to get turned into. This is like building an army. So at the moment, we've got, let's say, I don't know, we've got X amount of nasties to fight. Every time one of these girls dies, we're probably going to have X plus 1. It's like multiplying. And I'm sure they're not multiplying for no reason. There's a reason.
It's got to have something to do with that tree.
Yeah, they're seeds, and they're planting seeds in the vessel. I told you, the women are ripe.
Ugh.
Damn.
We just really gotta find a different word for you.
Okay. Look, the womb is the vessel. Okay, the females are obviously the thing that these creatures are being born from. From their deaths, they get born.
Yes.
So we have to stop them being born, which means we have to stop them dying.
What are you saying? We just go get all their tubes tied?
I don't know if that worked.
I don't like the word born either. Not much better than right.
No.
And Ray's in up to this to his neck. Like, his family's been doing this for God knows how long.
You think the family knows?
I don't think they know the motive, but I think they know, like what she said. They think they're ascending, becoming angels, not fucking demon-spawned Slendermen.
Yeah. They have no idea what angels really are. Fucking terrifying. They're not harp playing little winged assholes. They're scary.
Oh, she's
like-
beautiful and golden. She would have been.
And if I know something about religion and faith, is that you're never going to talk these people out of what they believe.
Yeah. What happens when the boys die, Stephanie? You hold the same type of funeral?
No. I mean, they do something, but we don't go to those. I don't go to those.
Why?
Because it's forbidden.
Oh, I love the sound of that.
Yeah, don't you think that's a little weird?
Well,
you never question that, Stephanie?
boys
I gotta
do all
tell you,
kinds
Stephanie,
of weird things.
Stephanie, I was born into a really, really fucked up family who believes some really, really fucked up shit. But your family, take the cake. Your family, you're out there. You're Jesus. You guys make Trump look like a daddy.
Oh no.
Man, this country.
I don't think it's like this everywhere. I think it's just our little slice of heaven.
Heaven. I love it. I don't think it exists anymore.
It's like this everywhere. It just comes in different ways.
Okay, so we have to try and work out how we're going to save these girls without the help of any of their family. Or how we can make the family help without knowing they're helping.
Should I call the Housers now, or so they can pick her up?
Let's get her out of here.
Yep. Yeah. She's got to go
Alright.
home.
All right.
Thank you
Lamb.
for not killing me.
We're not going to kill you, you idiot. We saved you. Don't forget.
We were
Saved you from
close.
your uncle. Remember your uncle? What happened to him?
Vine monster.
Do you remember him getting pulled apart and then splashing on the ground like mud on boots?
She starts sobbing.
Well,
If you let yourself be alone, that's going to happen to you.
Brutal.
So I turned to Daisy and I say, I just sort of
real
whisper.
life shit.
I turned to Daisy and just sort of whisper, say, "Do you think that worked?"
Oh God.
No.
Fuck. Come on, Daisy. I'm trying to learn from you.
Isabella will pull out her phone from her pocket and I guess Google a Hauser number and call it.
Just ask her.
She said she didn't know.
Oh, did she? Sorry.
I think in the last episode.
Daisy lied. She's proud of you for threatening the young child. Good job.
I'm trying to save her.
Okay.
So you call the Hausers?
Yeah.
Ray Hauser?
Whoever. Ray Hauser. Let's call Ray Hauser. Tell him to pick up the spawn.
So when you call the Hausers, you get somebody else answers the phone. Hauser residence.
Hello? I'm Sabella. Who am I talking to?
This is Dan.
Dan Hauser?
No, Dan Smith. I run the house and answer the phone.
All right. Well, can you go get one of the family members?
Certainly. Who may I ask is calling?
This is Sabella. I have Stephanie here, and we're trying to get her home.
Please, one moment. This is Ray.
Hey, Ray. This is Sabella down from the Blue Rose.
He said you had Stephanie.
Yeah. We were down at the funeral and she fell, she tripped. She wasn't doing so good. Everyone was abandoning ship and we brought her down here to the Rose.
You said you were at the funeral?
You know, it's a long story, Ray. Bottom line, we got Stephanie here. Can you have someone come pick her up?
Yeah, no problem. Sabelle at the Blue Rose, you said, right?
Yeah.
Have somebody there in just a few.
Thank you. Talk at you later.
He just clicks.
Fantastic.
Oh, we're so fucked.
They said that they'd be here in a little bit. So I guess
we were
that's that.
staring at each other.
So we're all going to sit here quietly until they show up.
No.
Yeah, Daisy's not really gonna do anything. She's said her little piece. She's just gonna sit down and kick back and like smoke some more. Maybe pull out a flask she has in her jacket and just like chug a little bit.
Yeah. My cat, Babadook, will probably wander around and I'll hold him and pet him or whatever.
Do you ever call him by his name?
Yeah. Or I'll say like I'll call him like Duke or Baba. But yeah. I'd be like, come here, Babadook.
I'm gonna go. You called your cat Babadook.
Yeah.
Do you know that's a very, very old Aboriginal nasty from my country anyway?
Yeah. They made a movie about it. I thought it was funny.
Did they?
Yeah. It's a whole movie.
Oh, I don't really watch them.
Saw one of those memes on the internet where he's like gay pride symbol now.
Really?
Yeah.
God, the Aboriginals will be turning in their grave. Well, they're not all dead yet.
Yeah. I don't think he's a real demon. I think he's just a sweetheart.
Well, Babadook or the cat?
My cat. Not the
Right.
not the real one.
So while we're waiting for the houses, I'm going to go over and sit down next to Stephanie again.
If you call her ripe one more time, I will come over there, sir.
Yeah. He just waves his hand at Isabella. I'm going to say, Stephanie, I just want to have a little chat. I just No one here really means you any harm. We just wanted to keep you safe. We think there's something going on. Well, we know there's something going on with the girls in your family. That someone is trying to hurt them. And that someone is going to take another one very soon. And I don't want it to be you. And I want to use an ability.
Nice.
I'm going to use Charismatic Aura. So I'll
Roll
it
plus
first.
soul. And that's a 17. Very nice.
So that you managed to... sorry, where is it? Here we go.
Get 2 options.
2 options. Okay, so I want to change her disposition towards me.
Okay.
And I want to make her as curious and interested in me as possible.
Very good. So just because you instigated her release, she was already pretty much, I would put her at neutral. So she is now positive in her disposition towards you. And she is hanging on your every word.
Okay, now that was it. And I said, Stephanie, I can save you. I can make you into really one of those angels.
You can?
But you have to do me a favor.
Anything.
And he reaches in and he'd take out a little silver like vial, very small and quite short, and he'll unscrew the top. And he pulls it out, and the top of it is actually the head of a pin. And he'll hand it to her. He says, Stephanie, all I need you to do, now you need to make this decision too, is if you really want to follow me and help me do this, and help me save you and your soul, help you become one of those angels and the woman that you really, truly are, to open the divinity that is the spark inside you. I just need you to prick your finger.
With this pin?
Yeah, just a little one. Just a tiny little prick. It's just like being bitten by a flea.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
Not much. Just keep looking at me. It won't. That small amount of pain is the start of your becoming.
And she pricks her finger.
Go on. And I reaches out and I'll take her finger. And he squeezes it a little bit like you're going to do a diabetes check. And then he'll lift it up and put it in front of him. Now, Stephanie, do you really want to follow me?
Yeah. I want to be an angel.
Okay. Close your eyes.
She does.
And then he'll reach out and he'll touch her finger with his finger. And then he'll bring it back. And then he'll put his finger on his tongue. And then he'll hold her hand and say, okay, Stephanie, you and I, we're bonded now. When you're in trouble, I'll know. And just remember, you can follow me and I'll take you there. But I don't think the rest of your family will understand just yet. So you need to be quiet about it.
It's a
I'll
secret.
come and get you soon. It's a secret. It's our secret. Don't write it in your diary. Don't put it in your phone. Keep it in your heart, Stephanie. And I'll come and get you soon. And I'll show you how to become.
All right, I will.
And I'll just put her hands back and then stand and say, see you soon. And remember,
Sabella just watched all of that, and she is just giving Tanith the weirdest look. What the hell was that?
Something you should do.
That's brainwashing.
What are you talking about? She
I'm
did
just
it for her own
drinking and
volition.
minding my own business right now.
That was. I've never seen anything quite like that. And I don't know what your game is there, filling her head with lies like that.
Why? I didn't give her a single lie.
Well, okay.
Kenneth, I just want to let you know that if you ever try to lick any of my blood, I will stab you.
He'll laugh and he'll look at Daisy and just go, "Okay, Daisy, I promise I won't."
Thank you.
And he'll turn back to Sabella and say, "Sabella, why do you think these things? Why do you think they want us, humans, men, women? Why? Do you know why they want us? Because I do.
Because it's fun for them?
No.
Because they
Oh,
can.
Yeah. Okay. Yes and yes. But there's a deeper, much deeper meaning.
Are you going to dig at that meaning with your spoon there, Tannis?
Well, in a way, yeah.
Creepy pen.
No, they want the God in us. They want the divinity in us. That's what sustains them. That's what gives them their power and keeps them moving on. That is their goal. That is their money. That is their gold.
Maybe
And
for
we
some
have
people,
it.
but for others, they just want to fuck with them.
Maybe, but it's always ultimately, you know, we don't know what they're up to, or we don't know their machinations. But I'm telling you, what they want is the divinity in us, the divinity that we ourselves have lost. But it's still there. It's still deep in there, and it's in women more than it's in men.
I don't know.
Okay.
You know.
I don't know about all that.
Daisy, I need you to make a roll plus 0 for me, please.
Oh no, what was
It's
it?
been a great night. We've been rolling okay, except for that 8.
Yeah.
What
Curtis
was that?
is like, damn it.
Yeah, what was that for? You will never know.
I want to know.
Quite literally, you will never know.
Kevin,
Dang it.
please destroy me. I actually like rolling bad in this game. Is that awful of me?
I know it is. Yeah. It makes it fun sometimes.
That's a little flavor.
Sometimes.
Oh, I know. And she scrambles in her pocket and she pulls out that little piece of paper with the symbol on it.
Aha.
Aha. I'm gonna go rummage around in my books and see if I can find anything.
Oh.
Ooh, we love books. We love research.
Very good. Yes, you. That's another shot at your occult library.
Yeah. What is that again? Reason?
Yes. Look at that.
All right. Tell me what I know about it.
Let's see. It is an ancient blood cult symbol. That is symbolic of the female form.
Okay.
In various aspects. I'm surfing through these questions. Let's see. It is old as far as the cult, like ancient, potentially blood cult. Even that is not known for 100% fact, but it has been found around sites and archaeological digs and such, and is related to a deity called Chokma. Chokma.
You.
Mah. Sorry. Chokmah. Chokma.
Okay.
But in your book, it has a lot of the same lingo that you just heard Tanith talking about females being holy and their blood being holy, and that the whole cycle of life and the cycle of the moon and the cycle of the woman, all of that's connected and all of it's holy, etc., etc. But it is ancient.
Okay. Huh.
You know, like the meme about LA Noire, where it's the Xbox X button that says doubt. That's where Daisy's at right now after all this divinity talk that Tanith just threw at her.
Yeah.
Because in her, she's been fucked with by the other side for a good 20 or so years now. And she's just like, well, if they wanted something from me, they should have just fucking got it already. So she's just, back when she first kind of met Tanith and she was just like, had her head cocked and was just like looking at him and shaking her head, she's back to that.
Yeah.
While you're just looking around for your books.
That's hilarious. Daisy, make me another roll +0, please.
Okay.
I'm going to take one more shot at a bad roll. Let's see if we can get one.
Oh, yeah, okay. There you
There
go.
we go.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Not better than a 9.
Wow, it didn't even have to be that bad. I was just...
Yeah, you could have gone mid-ground.
Yeah, I was just thinking, all right, we're going to have to start finding a cliffhanger in here somewhere. And beautiful. All right. I'm getting to it, Sabella. Jesus Christ.
Calm down, sir.
Because I just love Daisy, and I'm just imagining her sitting there, because just commenting out the side of her face from time to time as you guys were doing your thing and smoking her cigarette. But Daisy, what gets your attention is the unmistakable sound of somebody knocking on the front glass. But what makes it unmistakable, and you catch it right away, is it's not somebody actually just knocking on the glass. It's somebody tapping on the front glass with the barrel of a gun. That tink, tink, tink sound that some people may not pick up, but you do.
She puts out her cigarette. There's definitely an ashtray on the table, like for her, that's just filled with butts.
Specifically Daisy's ashtray.
Takes another swig, slams it down on the table. All right. Y'all should step back a little bit. I'll get this.
I'm still in the back room.
So it's Tanith and Stephanie then.
Okay.
And the same thing she did with Mr. Clark. She's gonna get up, kind of peer out the window. She's got her gun like prepped inside of her jacket and holding on to it. Did she see anything, like just looking out the glass?
No.
You gotta open the door.
You look outside, and the street is empty. The storm seems to be dissipating a little bit. There's not a whole lot of rain. But that might have been footsteps you heard around the side of the building.
I'm gonna step out for a little bit and check this out. Y'all just hang tight. Janet, keep your eye on her.
Do you think you should go by yourself?
I'm fine.
I can't argue that.
She'll close the door behind her. Take out another cigarette. Put it in her mouth. And it's kind of like hanging out of her mouth. And she'll step off the deck. Still holding onto her gun on the inside of her jacket. All right. Are we going to play hide and seek? Is that what's going on right now? I heard you. I know you're out there. And she'll start walking around the side of the shop. Like smoke just puffing out. You know, I may only have one eye, but I'll find you. And yeah, she'll look around. Should I roll like perception?
Yeah.
Noise. Player moves.
As you make your way around the corner, because the shop is on a corner there on that main street, you catch the image of somebody going around the back corner, which would be behind the store at this point. And your heart jumps because it is an enemy uniform from when you were in the war. That's why your heart jumps. You immediately recognize it, and you're kind of immediately thrown into that kind of like a flashback sort of sensation, I would assume.
Yeah, if she catches wind of that, she stops her heckling and she'll just take off after it.
Oh, you're going to chase after it?
Yes. I don't want to, but Daisy wants to. She would, oh.
So yeah, it doesn't freak Daisy out. She goes balls to the wall after something like that. All right.
No, she's like, obviously this isn't enemy uniform, but this is something trying to screw with me, so I'm going to kill it.
Right. Yeah, it just emotionally, it's a flashback sort of situation to really fuck with her. And as what war were you in? You was Desert Storm, the first one, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we were talking about? So it's like,
so an enemy uniform is an American one?
right. It's sort of like not really even a uniform, more like just a hodgepodge of stuff. And an AK-47, and when you come around the corner, that person is crouched and pointing a gun at you. When you pop around that back corner, they are behind the store, crouched down, and now about 10 feet away from you, only that gun is like waist level.
She points her gun back at him, just like straight out, kind of leaning on her side and peering at him.
I need you to avoid harm.
Okay. Hold on.
which is reflexes.
Reflexes. Okay.
An 11. Now I want you to roll Endure Injury. As you raise to point your gun at this person, they start shooting you.
I want to use stuff. I rolled 13
You
for
can,
Endure
yeah.
Injury,
You
but-
miss most of the bullets. It's a pop, 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 but you catch one in the shoulder. It just throws you off a minute, but you can react.
Yeah, I have the gritted teeth, so he shoots me in the shoulder, and she literally doesn't, like, she might flinch,
Right.
but it doesn't affect her at all. She advances on him, and while he's shooting at her, and she's just got her teeth gritted, and I'm gonna roll Death Drive.
Holy
Nice.
moly.
So I want to use Frantic, get within reach to attack a hostile.
Right.
And she's going to grab him and just like yank him off the ground and pull him up close and get him like in a chokehold and have her gun like right up against his head. And she's just gonna like viciously in his ear, "What the fuck are you and what do you want?"
He starts speaking in a different language.
She shoots him in the head.
Just like that. Pow. Those of you who are inside the Blue Rose, you hear a single gunshot.
Fuck. He jumps up and runs. He runs to the door.
Yeah, Sabella will come out of the beaded curtain frantically, and she'll be like, "What the?" She looks around. And
It
she
sounded
saw
like it came from out back.
Tana leave the store, so she's on his heels, basically. Running around back.
So I'll jump out the front door. Daisy, where are you? She's screaming it out.
She doesn't really say anything. As soon as she shoots him, she kicks him down to the ground, searches his pockets, grabs the gun he had. Very calm about it all. Her shoulder just like bleeding, but she doesn't care.
Yeah, as you guys go run around to the back of the building.
Well, I'm out the front at the moment, just yelling out her name. I'm trying to work out which way to go. Really, I'm not sure which way to go.
I just shoved past him.
Right, and then you watch Sabella run around the outside of the building.
Hightail it after Sabella.
Around back. Tanith, you notice as you're running around back, the car, the sheriff's car is parked just down the street. And when you get around back, you see Daisy standing over the body of Lane Clark with a pistol in her hand, and the officer has a
no head.
Yeah, pretty much.
His brains all over the ground.
Daisy's going to be covered. One side of Daisy's face is just going to be completely covered in head.
Yeah.
And she's just kind of standing there in a shock.
What the fuck did you do? I don't like him either, but fuck me. Jesus.
Sabella just runs over to Daisy.
Did I actually get shot?
No, you were just close when you were behind this cat and pulled the trigger.
No, is her shoulder? Did her shoulder get shot?
Oh, yes, the shoulder. Yes, your shoulder did get shot.
Okay, I did get shot. Okay.
Yes.
She'll just run over to
Shit.
Daisy and wrap her arms around her. Daisy, you okay? Are you what happened?
This foreign fucker just shot at me.
Look again. It's not.
She'll look.
You shot the sheriff.
Yeah.
Jesus, Daisy.
Daisy,
You shot the fucking sheriff.
when you look down, the body that you just tossed to the ground is Lane Clark.
I guess Dan really can't come back.
Oops. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah, she takes a moment. She takes a moment to look down, and she kind of like gently pushes Sabella aside. Not a big fan of hugs. She takes her foot and like pokes her foot at the body and sees his shirt. And then she looks up at Tanith and over at Sabella. Well, damn, I guess I did.
Yeah. You're hurt. I only heard one shot.
You okay?
I'm fine, but we have to hide this.
Hang on. He shot you.
He did.
But we only heard one shot.
Well, he shot a lot more times than that. Shows how good of a sheriff he is, because he missed.
What weapons are with the sheriff at all? Near his hands.
His sidearm is still in its holster.
Is there any weapons? Is Daisy holding a weapon outside of a gun?
Oh, she's holding her pistol. I'm assuming you used your pistol.
And she like wipes her face off and just like goes to like put a new bullet in her gun. She's very like, in the inside, she's kind of like, oh fuck. But like on the outside, she seems to be pretty nonchalant about it all.
He didn't even draw his gun. How did you get shot?
We gotta take care of this.
How
I
did
got
you get
shot because what I saw was that he drew his gun. So that probably means the sheriff wasn't who we thought he was.
They're playing those games. They're playing their games again. It's all just big old mind games.
Okay.
Daddy took our doctor away. Goddamn planet.
I can fix you, but we've got to get out of here. And you got to take me to the... Is there an old people's home here?
You
The graveyard.
taking her to an
No. An old people's home, like, a nursing home.
I don't know.
No.
Is Providence big enough for an old person?
No
I
old
doubt it,
person's
yeah.
home. But as everybody is, that moment of panic is starting to happen as you all start to scramble over what to do with this body. You hear a vehicle pull up in front of the store and a couple of truck doors close. I believe the Hausers might be here.
All right,
And-
well,
bitch.
And that's where we're going to end today's episode.
damn it. I was ready.
I know. I'm going to cut you off.
Ah!
All
I was
right,
gonna tell
Lane
Sabella to
Clark.
Oh,
Gosh, dang
man.
it.
Daisy, that's the best blackout I've ever seen.
Good.
Oh, damn.
That was a good blackout, wasn't it?
That's a
Oof.
kudos, though. I love how you played her. Exactly how a woman like that would not even show that she gave a fuck and just keep loading her weapon. But inside is just going, oh my god, what have I just fucking done?
Right.
That might not be the first time something like this has happened.
It probably won't be the last.
Her very confusing life.
Yes.
She knows how to hide a body by now.
Yeah. Sometimes you just shoot someone and it's not who you think it is.
That's why, like, poor Dr. Butterwick keeps calling him up to come, like, fix her up, and he's, like, too scared to ask why she's covered in She's got bullet holes. And
Yeah. Scars and shit. Wow.
don't worry about it.
I love it. Thank you, players, for playing Cult Divinity Lost with me today. That was so much fun. Let's go around the table real quick, which shouldn't take too long because there's only 3 of you. And give us a quick reaction if you want. Plug anything that you have going on. Say hi to your mom, whatever you want to do. And we'll go in opposite that we did last time. So we'll start with Daisy.
Hello, I am Jaylee, aka Daisy Hamilton, the murder grandma. I hope that Reese can join us next week, but I still had fun even just with 3 of us here. It was really good. It's really good, and we keep just... I'm like flustered. I don't even know what to say. I just murdered a guy. But yeah, we keep trying to have small moments of calm, and KULT will always throw you for a loop, and that's why I love this game. You can also find me as Harvey Winston on our Friday night KULT Manhattan game. Definitely tune in this Friday because some crazy stuff is about to happen, and we're all very excited for it.
I think so. Although I think everybody wanted us to have a shopping episode, so maybe we'll just do that instead.
We did that in Harvey's closet.
Very good. Yes, that will be awesome. And all right, so then let's go to our man of the hour, Tanith.
I'm Matthew. I play Tanith Flannery, the Prophet, and oh fuck, Daisy, that was intense. That's a major flash. That's intense. But yeah, I love the interplay, and I do love it. And I've got to say, I've told you that symbol. See, Isabella. See.
All right.
Come join me. I've got my needle, my little needle. It's waiting for you, baby.
Well, that's right. He may have gotten his first disciple today. We'll have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah. Watch Curtis just turn her into a fucking demon angel thing.
Am I that bad? Maybe.
Yes.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back
I
in.
almost messaged Curtis, like, there's no way this episode is ending without Daisy killing Stephanie. And like put it together, like, oh man, maybe that is counterproductive.
I thought that you were going to do that Reservoir Dogs thing. When the guy just walks in and says, "What have you got a copy for?" Bang, and just shoots her. I thought you were just going to walk up and shoot her.
Right. That would be good too. I thought she was there for just a second, for sure. All right, so then that leaves us with our Sabella, who is not 17-year-old Blythe, but 22-year-old Sabella. I'll get it straight.
It's okay. They're very similar. They're very powerful ladies.
Yes.
Yes, hello. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I doubt you're watching. But I'm Krista, and that was awesome. The one moment where we're just all standing around, like, looking at each other, I was like, well, how's this episode gonna end?
Right.
And so it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. I'm glad Daisy got to kill someone after all.
Yay!
Yeah. She did get to shoot somebody in the head.
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, check me out as Blythe, the 16-year-old in the Friday night showing of KULT Manhattan. You can find me on Instagram at Krista the Barista, and you can also find my cat, Binks the Black Cat, on Instagram as well.
Binks the Black Cat, the real star of the show.
Really?
He's pretty quiet today, but you should see him. You should see him on Friday nights during Manhattan.
He has like a nice moment, and then wow.
Yeah, he likes to steal the show. Well, thank you again for hanging out with me this afternoon. Thanks again to Helmgast for a fantastic game. I'm going to continue to plug them. Check out KULTDivinityLost.com. They got downloadable PDFs and all the information and some good pictures and all sorts of cool Cult Divinity Lost stuff. Thanks also to Roll20 for being our virtual tabletop where we do all of our little clickies on the character sheets. They do have character sheets for both the 3rd edition of the original Cult game as well as the sheet for the 4th edition, which is what we use, Divinity Lost. So thank you to both of those folks and the wonderful things that they do. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe. It's free. And it helps more cult fans like you find us. You go to and search Cult Divinity Lost, you'll start to see TTRP Theater stuff popping up in that top search. So that's a good thing. But yeah, it's totally free. And we're trying to do a subscription push for our YouTube page right now. So go to YouTube and subscribe if you haven't done that. Check out all of the old episodes of Heartland if this is your first run. All of the episodes of Manhattan are on there. And all future episodes will be there sometime soon. So go check that out as well. And I just lost my place, so oh, there we are. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and join our Discord server. Links to all that stuff is down below. If you want to help us keep doing this, the best way is through word of mouth, and always be watching. The views count. If you want to help us get in on the build, visit our Patreon page. You can help keep these stories for my wonderful players here, and even new exciting tales from the dice coming for just as little as $1 a month. Tonight we have A Land of Dark Dreams, D&D 5e with DM Opal. Friday we have Cult Manhattan returning to its regular night. We were on Thursday last week, but this week we're going back on Friday night. And then Saturday night, we have Gothic Horror with DM Lake and Curse of Strahd. You can catch me on that one as a player. That's a lot of fun. I am a terrible player, so just come watch me make a fool of myself, if nothing else. And of course, we will be back, hopefully in full force next Wednesday with another episode of Cult Heartland. So a final shout out to each of you out there, the ones who are watching, the ones who help pay the bills, the ones who help us create, the ones who help perform, all of you who support independent creative work. Thank you. And thank you for watching. From us to you. Because I know it's night out there somewhere, and usually Reese is with us, and I know it's night there. Sweet dreams. Oh, good night. Sweet dreams. And we love you.
Good night, sweet dreams. We
Kids,
love
we
you.
love you.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find the there it is.
Is that
All
an
right.
awkward ending? Or are you still?
Yeah, that was awkward.